Okay, so I got this download yesterday. So bring it in. I got this download and it reminded me of an old story that I heard on social media or TikTok or something like that. But I wanted to add my own twist to it. Okay, so you know how like you can buy water at different places, right? And like the prices vary. So you know how like when you go to the movie theaters, water can cost like $7 or $8. But that same water can be in the dollar store and can cost $1.25. You can go to the airport and that same water bottle can cost you like $10, $12. Probably not that high, but you get where I'm going. So here's the message. You can go in one environment and not be valued. You can go in another environment and be highly valued. Despite the environment that you're in, you are worthy. You are valuable. And don't allow people to put their value of what they believe that you are worth on you. So let me take it a step further. Sometimes we come into people's lives as a blessing. We can enter into people's lives, right? And that person could be working on something and they could have just prayed and said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. And there you go, walking into that person's life. And that person fumbles you. Sometimes you go into people's lives as a blessing in disguise. And that person could be tested. You could do right by that person. You could do everything right. And that person could fumble you because they weren't able to recognize the blessing that you are, to recognize the gift that you are. Does not mean that you are less than. It doesn't mean that you weren't worthy. It just means that there was something bigger being orchestrated in the background. It has nothing to do with you. See, this whole time you were thinking that you weren't worthy, but you were really just a test for that person to see if they will do right by a good person, to see if they'll do right by someone who has genuine and pure intentions. Sometimes we have to be a casualty player in someone else's story. You could be someone's answered prayer, but if they don't know how to receive what they ask for, they can fumble you. And it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means that they weren't ready to receive you. And I just want you to know that just because you're not valued in one situation does not mean that you won't be valued in another. So don't second guess or doubt your worth because you are worthy, just because you are.